Well, there you have it, everyone. The identities of the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan have been revealed in this episode, and it is Bertolt and Reiner. Personally, for me, I'm not really too shocked because when I first watched Attack on Titan, I got spoiled on the internet of who the identities of the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan were. But when it came to Ymir being a Titan being revealed either 2 episodes ago and even being shown her like destroying all those Titans in last episode, that I did not know of. So I wasn't spoiled in that department. But as I've been going through, reviewing every episode of Attack on Titan, I already had the knowledge of who the Colossal Titan and who the Armored Titan was. Reiner's I could actually predict a lot better even if I wasn't spoiled because his design in Titan form actually resembles him quite a bit, especially with the hair, even though it turns a little bit gray, but the whole physique and the way that his face is structured in the Armored Titan form looks incredibly like Reiner. Colossal Titan is actually harder to pinpoint because it's just all like flesh and no skin and no hair. There's not really any identifiable features that actually tell you, oh, it is Bertolt. But throughout this entire episode, it's actually very contained, and we only get the reveal halfway through the episode, and then we delve into, how it is that everyone actually knew that Reiner and Bertolt were actually these two Titans all along. And I really like that. But the beginning parts of this episode deals with the aftermath of Ymir coming out and revealing herself to actually be a Titan shifter. And I like how everyone within the Survey Corps, especially with Hanji, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, are kind of like not really too shocked about it. They're kind of like taking it's like, all right, well, we just have another Titan shifter amongst us right now. They're taking everyone to the top of the wall, and they're just continuing their mission to trying to find that breach in the wall to find out where all of the Titans are coming into. But eventually they learn, thanks to Hannes and the rest of the garrison who have already been like manning the walls, going through the walls, trying to see if there was a breach. There isn't one, so everyone right now is basically perplexed and trying to figure out, well, how the hell are Titans getting into the innermost walls? And that's like the great mystery right now. But the remaining parts of this episode just deals with the aftermath of Reiner basically coming up to Eren very nonchalantly, I do have to say. I kind of did laugh at the reveal just because the way he approached Eren was just basically like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. And he just goes, yeah, me and Bertolt right here, we're the Armored Titan and Colossal Titan. We're the ones that destroyed the walls 5 years ago and basically got everyone within your district and your mother killed. And at first when I was watching Eren's reaction, I was like, I expected him to actually react a lot more, be a lot more angry, and just basically lash out at them because they're basically responsible for his mother dying and everyone within that district being forced into, the innermost walls and abandoning Wall Maria entirely. It's their fault. So eventually we end up getting this backstory and flashback to 12 hours earlier. We actually get some good reveals. Sasha was the one that actually handed Hanji that document, those letters and papers, and it actually pertained to Annie and her background, which I thought was really cool, and it revealed, that her, Reiner, and Bertolt within these documents came from the same area. They had their same location written down. And eventually everything starts to unravel and they start to basically tell everyone, it's like, we suspect Reiner and Bertolt to actually be in league with Annie. We don't know if they are Titan shifters, but they were the ones leaking information to Annie. That way she was able to capture Eren. And when you go back and actually rewatch season 1, there are subtle hints to actually tell you that Reiner and Bertolt, this reveal isn't actually all that too revealing because back in season 1, Annie, Reiner, and Bertolt were basically always together, especially during the Battle of Trost. Whenever you see those 3 characters, they are always together. So that's hint number 1 right there. But then also, they even bring it up within this episode when Reiner basically got crushed by Annie. Like, right then and there, any normal human being within this series would have died. And it's very odd that Reiner, he ended up getting squished and then ended up popping out totally unharmed. And I like actually that Reiner might have carved a message to Annie within her hand, basically telling her that Eren was not on the right wing, but he was in fact in the center. So all of these reveals within this episode are very, very cool, but I don't really have that much of a reaction to this episode because I already knew the identities of Reiner and Bertolt being the Colossal and Armored Titan. But I love how once they're basically talking with Eren and basically telling him, it's like, all future bloodshed could be stopped right now if you just come with us, come back to our hometown, and just agree to leave everything behind, come with us. And Eren's reaction to that is basically, just brushing it off, kind of like, just telling us you guys must be delirious from all the action, and you guys are just going crazy right now. And even Bertolt is looking at Reiner right now, what the hell are you doing, man? You are basically giving away all of our secrets right now. And this eventually, we get the like this great moment with Reiner to where he's actually, you know, like healing up his arm, and he's abandoning like his whole morale that he's had throughout this entire series as we've known, because he feels that he's gotten weaker hanging around with all of these characters like Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, and he's not the warrior that he used to be on his original mission trying to destroy humanity. So when he eventually like abandons that and goes back to his original goal of actually, you know, destroying everything, capturing Eren and taking him and Bertolt back to their hometown, that's when like it just gets insane. And I love how Mikasa comes in, just cuts off Reiner's hand and ends up slicing like Bertolt's neck and is like going in for the kill. Mikasa is doing her job at protecting Eren at all costs, and I absolutely love her character. Like, she is the toughest female in any series I have ever seen, and just the fact that she did not hesitate. Once they went for Eren, she was just on top of them, ready to go, not even hesitating and cutting off limbs and even killing them in the process. Mikasa is absolutely awesome. But the whole process of them finally transforming and revealing the forms of the Colossal and Armored Titan was very cool as well. And I love the design, the animation in that sequence was very cool. I love the music that played. He just grabs Eren, the Armored Titan, and then it ends up going down the wall, while Bertolt, in his Colossal Titan form, grabs Ymir. So they're basically taking the two Titan shifters with them, and they're going to try to escape. And we know that it's going to be very tough for them, because not only do they have Mikasa on their tail, like, if you take Eren away from Mikasa, she's gonna go berserker mode and just destroy your ass. But not only that, you have the rest of the Survey Corps rushing in and trying to protect Eren and Ymir. And I love the fact that once Eren realizes that these two are traitors, he buries that down, ends up just shouting traitors, and then just transforms into the Titan form. And I just can't wait for next episode, because we are getting Eren versus Colossal Titan as it's been teased in the opening of this season so far, and I am just super, super excited. I'm sorry I don't have a bigger reaction for you guys, just because I've known this for so long, and I feel like a lot of people within the 4 years of season 1 and season 2 already knew the identities of the Armored and Colossal Titan. But for those of you that haven't, I think that this episode had to be very enjoyable for you, because you guys finally know everything about like the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan identities. And I've done like as best I could in all of my reviews leading up to this review right here, trying not to spoil the identities of the Armored and Colossal Titan. So I want to hear from you guys. What are your overall thoughts on this episode? If you guys are like no spoilers whatsoever, did the reveal of the Colossal and Armored Titan surprise you? And let me know your thoughts down below. And are you guys looking forward to Eren versus Reiner next episode? Full on Titan battle. I can't wait for it. So, and if you guys are fans of Attack on Titan and feel like subscribing, feel free to do so. I would love to talk with you guys. This season right now, we're halfway done, and this second half looks like it's going to be brutal, going to be action-packed, and now with this reveal, we finally get into those action beats that we've been waiting for. So all this build-up was worth for something, and I am just super, super excited. So episode 7 or episode 32 of Attack on Titan will be out next week. So until then, I'll talk with you guys then. All right, guys, see you later.